Hello, everyone. We are playing more IL-2 Stormvic tonight. We're going to continue our Pat Wilson campaign generator campaign in the MiG. We've learned quite a bit since our last stream about how to fly the MiG successfully in combat. And I would also like to thank the new followers we've gotten since the last stream. That is the Crazy Kid 31, thank you. And Behind the Smile, thank you as well. So we're going to drop right into our campaign. We have another low altitude cap mission. Gonna keep running these missions for probably quite a while because our aircraft is specialized as an interceptor. We'll go with the typical setup of our custom skin and then the twin 50 cals. We'll accept that and start. We've got the weather report information from the mission on stream. Let's get our aircraft prepped for takeoff. So we're going to release our flaps, trim our pitch. So flaps are about 50%. And then our wind is coming from directly behind us, which is not great. It's angle 249, so I'm gonna do a turn. Basically gonna do a 180 and align us to take off into the wind because taking off with a tailwind is not really a smart option. Let's get the canopy open so I can see what I'm about to run into. We've got what looks like an AA emplacement there. While we're at it, let's get our oil radiator open to 20%. I'm gonna leave the water radiator as it is now. All right, and then we are more or less lined up. We don't really have a runway, so we're gonna just hit the brakes and we're gonna take off here. All right, let's go. I'm gonna put the mixture up to about 80% to try to facilitate a takeoff. Aircraft is rolling really slow right now. Wonder if it's just because we're on really rough ground. This might be a bad takeoff in that case. Get our nose down, hopefully. All right, we're having some trouble, so we'll restart and we'll just take off in the direction it intends us. Because it's probably some weird issues with the ground physics. This game has been having some glitches recently, especially with belly landings killing your pilots. Double check our setup, looks good, and we'll start again. It wouldn't be a sortie in the MiG if we didn't have trouble taking off. All right, we're just gonna take off from here. Fix the oil radiators in the air. Oh, our prop RPM was down. That's probably half of our problem. should have checked that before we took off last time, but oh well. All right, we're hitting about 150. We can pull up, raise the landing gear. Use some left rudder to keep us coordinated. Crossing about 200 kilometers an hour, so we can retract our flaps. We've got quite a bit of turbulence. If you look at the bottom left indicator and the stream overlay, that is the side side slipping indicator. That will tell you more or less whether we're flying coordinated or not. And when it's bouncing around all like this, it means we are getting hit by a bunch of turbulence. All right, I'm going to now open my oil radiator to about 20%. Let's get the water radiator closed down to about 40%. And we'll get our engine mixture back into 50%, which is automatic on this mixture setting. Check the map. It's going to have us fly a climb circuit. As is a little typical, I'm going to fly a bit higher than what the mission wants me to since I'm flying lead. Because the MiG-3 performs a bit better at higher altitudes than it performs better at higher altitudes than lower altitudes. We will drop our prop RPM just a bit to try to facilitate climbing. And we are climbing into the bright sun right now. Good thing I've got my sunglasses on. Just a bit of left pedal to keep us coordinated. So coordinated flight, for anybody who doesn't know about flight sims, is extremely important, especially with these kinds of aircraft, because if you don't fly coordinated, you end up losing a lot of energy due to drag. And even worse, there are types of stalls like an accelerated stall, which is when you stall due to pulling in a turn. If you're doing that while uncoordinated, instead of just going into an accelerated stall, which releasing the controls would recover from, you can end up in a incipital spin, which becomes significantly harder to recover from and is a lot faster and a lot more dangerous. This aircraft, the MiG especially, has a bit of a tendency to stall even though it has leading edge slats on it. You can kind of barely see them with that line at the leading edge of the wing. Those will pop out when air pressure or when the wing is approaching a stall. All right, now I need to turn 180, go to the next marker, so let's do that. We are just a hair over 2,000 meters up. Our cloud layer is at about 3,600 meters. So I'm not sure if I want to get above that or stay below that yet. I think we'll see how we're doing on altitude as we get to the AO. We're dealing with more of that turbulence, throwing our aircraft all around. This turbulence is going to probably make gun hits in this mission pretty difficult to obtain. So we'll have to keep that in mind that our gun setups aren't going to be quite as easy to set up during these fights. And we can check our water temperature. Our water temperature is running a bit hot, so we'll open our radiator just a bit more to make sure that we reduce that problem. We can also increase our mixture. I found out through testing this past week that if we up the mixture to about 80%, we can reduce how much we have our radiators open, which gives us a bit more speed and causes us to bleed off less energy. This is due to using a higher mixture than optimal will put more fuel in that may not get burn off, and then that just gets exhausted, but it will typically evaporate, and that takes up some of the heat from your engine. More advanced planes use a better system for that, which is typically water or water methanol injection, as it absorbs the heat from the engine and allows the engine to sustain higher input pressures during combustion. All right, now as we're getting above these clouds, we should see less turbulence. But I think we're seeing more turbulence. Oh, I think we stabilized. We're getting more intermittent. Since we're roughly at the altitude we want to be at, let's bring our prop RPMs back up. We'll have to trim our aircraft to compensate for the higher RPM, pitching us up. We'll check our map again. I did also decrease the number of enemy squadrons that should be spawning because we were getting a lot of enemy squadrons and not very many friendly squadrons. I just reduced it by one because we were seeing about 3 to 4 enemy squadrons to R2. So hopefully we should see about 2 to 3 to R2 now, which should give us a better chance of dragging squadrons away and fighting with them on somewhat more equal terms. And our patrol circuit is a pretty standard one as generated by this mission generator. Let me put auto level on before I start talking more about that. So it's just a kind of a radiation sign where you come in, you take turns, and you cross the center a couple times. I don't think we'll really be flying that because that puts us over enemy territory for a long time. Since I'm the flight leader, these bozos behind me have to follow me wherever I go. So I'll just make them follow me in my preferred flight plan. We're already diverging from our intended flight plan because it was an altitude of 1,800 meters and we're at 4,000. So I want to maximize the capabilities of our aircraft as much as possible. So everyone says the MiG is a high altitude fighter, which it does have much better engine performance at higher altitudes. It does perform better than a BF 109 F2 at lower altitudes, which is important to remember because you can still out turn fight a 109 F2 if you're very, very careful. We're straying from our marker, so let's adjust. So we're not seeing anything over the AO, but we don't have any like allied aircraft we're seeing either. It is possible that the enemy aircraft are flying low and we're going to miss them because we're flying high. Although I think with this amount of cloud cover, we could catch those. So we're just going to have to take a careful look around. Yeah, the game will spot out friendlies and enemies for us, but I've found recently that I'm starting to be able to spot them before the game will spot them for me. So taking a look can't hurt. We can see all the enemy AA positions. Okay, we might just fly this path if we don't see anything then. We run through this mission and don't encounter anything, it's going to be really weird. All right, we got some contacts off our front. It looks like we got a pair there. Oh, hit my pitch trimmer. Let's just roll inverted for a second so I can see. I don't see those guys yet. Another group on the map we saw. They might be low, and it's a group of 4. So we're going to try to engage the group of 2. Oh, it's a pair of Ju-87s, which should be a turkey shoot for us. And then we've got those 4 down there. I think they're twin engine. All right, let's break towards these Ju-87s. I'm going to put the engine mixture up to 80% for a quasi-combat mode. And we can hear our engine get more power from that. I'm going to arm my joystick before I forget to do that. And I think we're going to get a pretty clear, easy shot on this guy. Try to aim for the wing root. Let me dive down so I don't hit him, and I'll pop up and try to hit the next guy. I'm going to come in really quick, so I don't know if I'm going to get a good shot on him. Nope, I couldn't get my nose over. So let's try to break off just a little bit, and we'll come back in and try to get another good hit on him. He's coming into the sun, so it's going to be really hard to see my reticle. But we gave him a good burst there. He's dropping his bombs. So that is a mission complete, but I would like the prestige of getting a shoot down on him. We're hearing a buffet, so we know we're pulling too hard and we have to either maintain that pull or fix our coordinated status, because we can pull a little harder if we're flying coordinated than we can if we're flying uncoordinated. So we got a guy on him. Let's break off and go to the next guy. I'm going to use a bit of engine boost to try to catch up. Let me also just check our tail. I don't see anybody on my tail. Didn't see anything up here, so we should be pretty good. We took an early shot, but we missed. We'll take some later shots. Something fell off of him. I hope it was flight critical. Oh, we started to stall there. We actually started to enter a spin, but our slats saved us. So I got to be a bit more careful about how hard I pull and staying coordinated. We're going to try to stay with this guy. We already gave him quite a bit of our ammo, but we can Try to secure the kill. I think his rear gunner's out, so since he's not shooting at me, so I can try to stay with him a little bit. Try to roll over him. Try to stay with him. Pulling too hard, so we're starting to drop our right wing. Gonna stay coordinated while we're pulling really hard. I don't know if I really want to chase him down too far, because I'll be giving up my altitude advantage that I want to have for intercepting possibly any other enemy fighters. Let's get our engine boost turned off, even though we're at full throttle. We're going really slow, so let's just try to pick up speed. And I'm going to do a gentle left turn to try to see if we can't pick up that guy again. Yeah, he's down there. So we're probably not going to get that kill, but I'm more or less fine with letting him go. We got another guy off our right. Another pair of guys off our right. You see tracer fire, so they're pretty low. I think we could try to bounce them low, but we're really quite a bit higher than them. We'll ignore the first guy, and I'll go after the next few. So I can't see them. We can use our map, and we see they turned. There we go. We've got them visually now. Well, whatever they are, they're over our territory, and we're supposed to be intercepting them, so we're going to go down and we're going to intercept them. I think they're BF-110s or something like they might be any number of twin-engine enemy aircraft. Yep, BF-110 E2s. I'm going to ignore the first guy, and I'm going to go after these two. I got to be really careful with this dive, though, because we're getting pretty quick. And when we get up to about past 600, we can't really maneuver anymore. All right, we're going to pop right on their tails. I don't know how much ammo we have left, but let's try to give as much of it as we can to these two. Our closure rate is really high, but we'll still go for a shot. We got one of his engines, it looks like. At least it's damaged. We'll try to roll around him. We'll try to turn with him. Put our engine back into boost mode to catch up. We have that guy right there. I think No, he's flying away from us. I thought he was flying towards me for a second. All right, now we're starting to catch up. Let's turn our engine off boost. Get ready to come in for another shot. Check our tail before we get target fixated. Try to hit his left engine. He's pulling up. I think he sees us. We got some more hits on him. He's leaking a bunch more stuff. All right, we got a kill on one of those Ju-87s. It's nice the game tells us about that. It's 110. I don't think he's going down yet, so we're going to have to give him another burst. And we got him. Nice. All right, let's see if we can't. That looks like a group of fighters, probably. Or that might be the remnants of the other BF-110s. Take a quick look. Try to catch up after them. I'm going to put on boosted mode. And we'll chase him down. Let's get our trim adjusted for this altitude. Oh, we got a flight of P-40s off our side. Nice aircraft, but they're a little strenuous to fly because of having to memorize some engine setup conditions. These guys are about 5.2 kilometers away. We're gonna have to intercept them over enemy territory and fairly low, so we'll have to keep an eye on the flak situation, and if we have too much flak, we'll just bug out. But it looks like this P-40 patrol is joining us and is trying to get hit. All right, we're closing on them pretty quick, so let's turn off boosted mode. I think we'll catch up no problem. And at this point, I really have no clue how much ammo I have left. I think we've used quite a bit of it so far. All right, so I think we're going to go after this left guy. The guy on the right's maneuvering around. I wonder if he's seen us. Probably not. But I'm going to check our trim. Our trim feels mostly fine. Get my rudder so we're coordinated and we're a bit more stable. We're going pretty fast, so we should have a stable gunshot in this aircraft. He's seen us and he broke off. Oh, now our target sees us. Let's try to go for his engine. We hit something. Oh, try to dodge that. Try to not run into him. And we'll try to turn with him as well. Oh, he's going much slower than us, so he's turning much tighter. We'll try to stay with him. I think we'll lose our speed anyway from these maneuvers. We'll just keep the throttle at full. All right, he's coming in head on. So we can throttle back and then we can try to keep with him. And his tail's pointing towards us again. We'll stay on him. It's going to give us a high angle shot, but we'll try to take that. We hit him on the wing. Oh, we got a better shot. I'll try to quickly set up. His tail gunner's shooting at us, I think. But he unloaded, so we had a lot of trouble getting a good shot on him. Try to come in again. We got a crosswind, so our coordination is not good. We almost hit a friendly there, buzzing past us. I think he might be going into the ground. Hey, there we go. We got one. I don't know if it'll credit us for that, but I count that as a win. Maneuver kills are a victory. He's got a high closer angle, so we're going to reverse and we're going to pull towards him. And I think we can get on his tail from that. Gotta go with him now. All right, we did get a credited kill for something. I'm getting a lot of trouble staying coordinated in flight, so I can't quite turn with them. There we go. He's coming at us. We're going to try to give him a high angle shot if he's going to take one. He didn't. I'm going to go vertical. I'm going to throw my engine boost on. We're going to stall out, so let's pull down. This is not a great position to be in. I didn't have enough energy to make that climb. He's shooting at us. We'll try to come around. I'll drop down towards my turning speed and we'll pull hard. Although we can't really pull like at all with this crosswind making us fly uncoordinated half the time, and I can't quite spare the attention to watch that coordination indicator like a hawk. All right, we're merging with them. Not quite enough capability to turn with them. We're coming back around. It looks like our ally scored a hit on him, so we'll try to secure the kill. He's on fire. So actually, anything else is unnecessary. I think they just bailed out. That's a canopy falling off at least. He's definitely going down. And he's down. All right, there's one last 110. Let's take our engine off of boost so we save that timer. And we'll just try to engage this last 110. We're doing okay on fuel. I don't know how much ammo we have at all, but we have to be really low at this point. He's coming almost head on us. We'll do a lead turn. That got us pretty much right on his tail. And add some more holes to what our allies have done. Try to stay with him. Come on, stay with him. Stay with him. We're going to overshoot him, aren't we? Let's try to go high. If he was a fighter, that would have just put him right on our tail, which would have been really bad. It's like a whole bunch of sharks circling fishermen. Can't turn with them, so let's go for a high yo-yo kind of attack. Let's try to drop our speed a bit, stay with them, and we can spray him a bit more. He is on fire. Good. We'll just now watch him go down. There's a very, well, at this altitude, there's pretty much no chance he's going to get that fire out. All right, his mark has disappeared, and he's about to smash into the ground. Yep, there we go. All right, we are pretty guns exhausted. Let's head back towards our line. Let's get our allies here. No, wrong key. Gotta hit the tilde, then F2, then orders, and cover me. Check our engine temps. Our engine temps look pretty darn good. And we're only at like 50% compared to what we were running in these previous missions, which was like 80%. We can drop our mixture down back to 50% to save fuel, but our fuel indicator isn't even starting to read, which means we have more than 60% fuel, I'd like to say. Don't quote me on that because I don't know for sure. We'll get on a course back to base. Since we're flying out of the AO and everything looks clear, we'll do some time acceleration to try to get us back faster. We've got our whole squadron still here, I think. We're down one, it looks like. Oh, or he's just slow forming back up. We got our whole squadron survived. That's pretty darn good. Up to now, we've been losing a fair number of squadron members every mission. We haven't been reinforced yet, so losing more would have been a real big problem. I think we've got 2 spare squadron members right now. All right, so since we have some time, how's everybody in chat doing? Anyone having a good day? Well, I'm having a pretty decent day. I did find out why my oven was burning everything. Big surprise, it was running way too hot. It was actually about 100 degrees above what was indicated on the dial for it, because it's a gas oven with a dial. So I went and figured that out, checked a couple other temperatures, and it was pretty consistent. So I just have to keep that in mind. I have to run it 100 degrees cooler than what it needs to be to cook something. And I cooked a pork chop today, seared it on both sides in a pan, and then put it in the oven, and it turned out pretty well. When I pulled it out, it was almost exactly at 145 degrees internal, so pretty much perfect. And I've got another 3 in the fridge that I thawed because I'd bought a pack from the store, and normally I buy a pack and right when I do that, I wrap them individually and then store them in the freezer so I can take about one at a time. But this time I was lazy and I just threw the whole pack in the freezer and I couldn't get them apart. So I'm gonna have to eat like 4 pork chops this week before they go bad. 'Cause I am not good at adulting at all. Okay, I'm gonna take us off time acceleration. I'm gonna take off auto level. Let's try to figure out where that airfield is. It should be there. We're going to try to fly past this imaginary line, and we're going to try to come into the airfield and land along that because that should be that 249 direction for the wind. Or actually, we would have wanted to come in from the opposite, but too late for that. I think we'll manage a landing like this just fine. I'm going to be coming in way too fast though, so let's get this down. Let's get the canopy open. Let's get the gear down. Let's get the flaps dropped. And we'll do some turns to bleed off some speed. Oh, and try to not hit our allies. That would have really sucked after this good of a mission. Let's do orders, flight leader orders. Return to base. Let's watch our speed as we're coming down. Get us on a nice angle to land at this base. Flaps, let's get them down to 100%. Let's get our engine mixture back up to 80% in case we want more engine power, do a go around or something. Let's get our aircraft trimmed for landing. Seriously, this airfield sucks so bad because we're supposed to be taking off from like left to right or right to left, but the wind's never in that direction. All right, we're starting to lose a bit too much speed, so we'll bring the engine throttle up just a smidge. We'll back off the throttle a bit more as we approach. Throttle back to idle. And then we'll flare, try to bring our vertical speed down to 0 before we touch down. Get in the 3-point landing position. And we bounced a little bit. That wasn't too bad of a bounce. Pull the stick back firmly, and then try to keep the aircraft straight. Using some rudder and some brakes. And good. We'll finish this mission up. All right, we'll go back to the campaign generator. There we go. Go to mission, combat report. Continue with claims. So I claim 3 victories. Claim a JU-87 and 2 BF-110s. We'll see if they'll let me accept these claims, but I suspect we'll only get 1 of each. Let's debrief. It's running a bit laggy. But then we can look through the debrief and we can see that an Allied P-40 got shot down. Ground things, we don't care. Somebody brought down a JU-87. That was probably one of our allies, I think. 110 was shot down by me. Another 110 was shot down by me. And then I'm credited with a third 110. That's weird, because we didn't even shoot at 3 BF-110s. We shot at a JU-87 and 2 110s. Oh, I'm dumb. I didn't switch this over for you guys. Sorry, I'm still getting a hang of this whole OBS thing. But yeah, so we've got 1 JU-87 kill, but not by us. Then we've got a BF-110 kill by us, a BF-110 kill by us, and then another BF-110 kill by us, and a 4th BF-110 by some other fighter. One of our MiGs, it looks like. So we'll complete the debrief. Claim status, JU-87, BF-110s, all 4 of them. Next page. So he gets, one of our pilots get this claim for the JU-87, and then we get 3 claims for the BF-110s, it looks like. And finish. So now we're up to 5 air-to-air kills. That is that is damn good. That's the best mission we've had in quite a while. That's actually the best mission we've had since the test mission I ran before we started streaming, where I shot down 2 Ju-87s because they were just unescorted. All right, now I really got to take a bio break, so I will be right back. All right, I am back. So we're on. We had a good mission. Let's see if we can't keep up the momentum. We'll go do another mission. That's just another mission. So we're only getting close air patrols. Might get boring after a while. See if we can't pull something else. Well, we got enemy armor attack, which I really don't like as an option because the MiG is not a ground attacker aircraft. Do another mission, see what we get. Actually, we can do something a little bit more interesting, maybe. Can we request leave? Nope. Activity, leave. Let's take 10 days, just a 10 days time skip. No, it's the 18th. And one of our pilots was brought down and is missing in action. His aircraft has been lost. We got a pilot transferred in. I've been awarded the Order of Glory. All right, so now we've got a full roster again. That's nice. We were really hurting on pilots. Can we request an emergency resupply? No, let's not. Let's look at the intel map. So it's telling us what units are where, I guess. All right. Let's request a mission. And it's ground attack. And we got a patrol. So let's just run another patrol. Maybe things will be a bit different this time. Let me edit our information. So we've got medium clouds at 4,800 meters. So I'm not sure if we're going to actually end up flying above the clouds this time. And wind direction is 274. Take a look at the map. Oh, back to the map. That is an interesting patrol route they've got us on. It's much different than normal. But, that means we're patrolling a different sector than usual. So we might see some different things and we'll have to be a bit more careful. I'm trying to zoom in on the map and it's not letting me. It looks like we might be taking off in the correct direction this time. It's having us go from here to here to here. The wind is from 247, which should be somewhere around here, shouldn't it? Got 190, 180, 270. So yeah, somewhere around here. So we're not going to be taking off in the right direction ever. Damn it. Well, let's just go next. Can we edit waypoint details? And we can go, we can't edit the heading. We can drag this and edit it, I guess. We'll do that. That should work. Takeoff heading is 252. Let's just double check the map. Yeah, it looks okay. Next, pilots. Let's bring 4 pilots again. We got some rookies. We'll bring them with us. And we will accept the mission. And it's going to generate our mission file. I'm going to take a drink real quick. All right. Now we can go back to our game. Here's our patrol. Oh, it's a patrol instead of a low altitude close air or a combat air patrol. So we'll launch. We'll take the 2 BS guns. Give it the Kotobuki skin. And we'll launch. I gotta recenter my head tracking. Oh, I meant to hit L, not P. Let me open the canopy so I can see what's in front of me. We got a nice clear takeoff run, it looks like. Everything should go fine this time, knock on wood. Where's that windsock? Okay, so we're gonna have a slight crosswind, but it's only a 3 meter per second wind total, so that's not too bad. We'll do our usual flaps and trim setup. So pitch trimmer to 20%, negative 20% really. Engine mixture, I'm going to put at 80%. Make sure my propeller RPM is up this time, and I'll hit the brakes. Throttle up. I'm also going to apply left pedal as we throttle up. But as soon as I release the brakes, we've got something countering that right turn that the aircraft wants to make. We're at 100 kilometers an hour, so we can try to get the nose down. All right, and now we're at above 150. We can pull back on the stick and we'll lift off. Raise the landing gear. Let's get our canopy closed. And then we can raise our flaps up. And I really got to stop looking over at chat during takeoff. All right, our flaps are up. Oil radiator is, set right. Let's get our fuel mixture back down to 50%. Let's get our water radiator to about 50% as well. And let's head towards our waypoint. We'll throttle back a bit and make sure that our allies can catch up with us. Adjust our pitch so that we're flying level now. Let me unarm my joystick so I don't accidentally hit the trigger and fire off my guns. Let's see, what the heck is that? Game, what are you doing? Well, we'll just fly it without waypoints then. All right, we've got a decent amount of speed. We're going to start climbing. Trim our aircraft out for a nice climb. And we're flying right about at sunrise again, it looks like. We need to come more to the right. Let's make a right turn. It looks like our patrol route's going to bring us really close to at least one airfield, two airfields on the enemy side. So we'll have to watch out for possible AAA from those airfields. Is that actually it already? Yeah, that is. The airfields tend to be pretty easy to spot from a distance due to their large hangars. Air looks pretty still today, or feels pretty still today. We're not being buffeted around by everything. So we should have some pretty smooth flying for any targets we want to engage during this mission. Oh, and we got flak, so let's start trying to weave a little bit. Let's see if we can't go and give some formation orders. Let's get a column formation so that they're not flying off to my left and right. Check the map again. We're going to be turning soon. I'm always glad that I don't have to have the additional pilot load of trying to navigate just by looking out for features, because I've done that on some of the hardcore servers, and that is quite challenging. It takes quite a bit of your attention away from doing everything else. All right, so we're at hair over 2,000 meters, starting to get into the clouds, or at least starting to approach them. They look like they're closer than they are. Got a slight crosswind off our left. Just apply a little bit of left pedal to cancel that out. And we got 2 fighters, 3 fighters, 4 aircraft up high. I'm gonna try to break right and buy us a little bit of time, maybe, before we have to intercept these guys. Actually, I don't know if they're fighters yet. They might be bombers. So I should probably take a bit of a closer look at them. Uh, it's hard to tell, but I think they're uh, what are they? JU-88s. I think they're JU-88s. They look about right in profile for that. We're gonna come around, and I'm gonna throttle up to try to intercept them. They might be BF-109 F2s, and I'm just gonna have a bad day. But we can cross that bridge when we come to it. Looks like they are turning back. I think I see 2 engines on them. Oh, they could also be more 110s. The 110s have a somewhat similar profile. No, wait, those are Stukas. You can tell by the landing gear. All right, so I'm going to arm my guns, and we're going to go right in for an attack. I think I'll try to hit this last guy. We got a high shot, so I don't think we'll hit him. Try to pull in with him and then hit him. Wary of his tail gunner. I'm having trouble lining up the shot. Just not being smooth enough on the controls. All right, we got him leaking something. He's breaking off. We'll move on to the next one. There's another guy behind me and to the left, so I gotta watch out for him. I'm having a lot of trouble trying to stick with this guy. But let's just throw a burst in this guy's direction. He's diving. Let's try to get some more separation or something so we can get on with these guys. Let's turn off our engine boost because we really don't need it at this point against these JU-87s. Let's issue flight leader orders, attack nearest air target, just to make sure that they're breaking off and they're engaging whatever they feel like at this point, because we're going free for all with these. I'm going to try to go at this lower and to the left guy. I spoiled that shot. I'm not going to be able to turn with them, so let's just try to hit this guy. We can go back for those guys later. Did we really not hit him? think we hit his wing there, but no damage. We're just not hitting him. I'm not getting good angle off calls on this guy. Oh, we just got him. Wow. I think yeah, somebody bailed out. So I think we hit the pilot and the gunner just bailed out. That was a good mission so far. So we got 1 kill credited. I think we'll go back to our patrol route. I've used up a decent amount of ammo, but I think we still got plenty. So I'm gonna put my guns on safe again. And let's get our engine down to 50% automatic mixture control. And we'll continue patrolling this airspace. Maybe we'll find some more juicy targets like those Ju-87s were. That was a damn good find, though. 4 Ju-87s just flying unescorted. That's nice. So we're going to be entering more cloud cover if we go too far this direction, but we can adjust our patrol route and fly kind of along the clouds to try to maintain some ability to see below us. I don't really want to fly. Well, I guess we could fly below the clouds. I think I will because the cloud height. I was gonna say I didn't really want to fly below the clouds because then we're gonna be in range of AA, but the cloud layer is at about 4,000, or no, it's like 3,000 meters, so we're still up pretty high. So I don't think this will be a bad idea. We can see one of those Ju-87s that we tagged. I think he's going down, or he's going in for a landing. Let's push our nose down just to see. Oh, we can see that they're coming in for landings at this field. I don't think I want to allow that. I'm gonna arm my guns again. And I think I'm gonna wait until right when they're touching down and I'm gonna strafe them. We want to deny the enemy these aircraft. Let's do a sweep of the sky to make sure we're not about to get bounced by some other German aircraft. And then let's also issue flight leader orders, attack nearest air target. Let's get our mixture up to 80% because this will let us pull out a bit easier after we do a strafing run. All right, let's turn over. I'm gonna do kind of like a slice back. Come in, this guy is stationary on the ground. He's gonna be a nice, easy target. Or no, he's doing ground loops, that nerd. Psh, who does ground loops? Totally not me. Alright, this AA is probably gonna cause me problems. Pull up. Full throttle. Let's get the engine boost on and let's pull out. I don't think we hit that Ju-87 too well. Oh, there's that AA. Let's do a turn. I'm going to try to go after this one that's flying around on landing approach. So now that that AA is woken up, it might give me a lot of trouble. I honestly have an easier time shooting air targets than ground targets, which I know I don't have much gunnery skill in air to air, but ground targets can be pretty hard to hit for some reason, at least just for me. Maybe just because I open up too quick. Hello there, Mr. Landing Approach. Got some more good hits on him. I don't know if that's going to bring them down, though. I hope it does. I really want to take this guy out. See, should be a nice, easy target. Ah, we're out of ammo. All right, we're going to break off. And really hope that we don't get tagged by AA. That marker should still be on our airfield, so we'll take that to get out of here. We're going to weave left and right to try to not be an easy target for this AA gun. You probably just heard me trying to roll a bit too hard with my joystick. All right, I think that was another pretty darn good patrol. Gonna climb back up to about 500 meters at least, just because I want to have about 500 meters of altitude for landing approach. I don't know if that's ideal, but it's what I typically use. And then we'll come in, return to our airfield, land, and finish up this patrol. Hey, we got one! Nice. If I was much better at gunnery, or we had a lot more ammo, I could probably do an ace in a day sortie at this rate. Right, so we're gonna need to swing right. And we should see the airfield there. Gonna head in this direction for a bit until we intercept that landing angle we want. This is honestly a bit easier when you've got a runway because you can use the runway as a reference for when you need to turn. Instead of this, we're aiming for a big broad field, which I guess is an easier target because it's much bigger. Let's get our cockpit open. It'll give us some extra drag so we can land a bit easier, or at least slow down to land a bit easier. Let's check to make sure there's nothing on our tail. Hey, we got a second one. Hey, we're doing pretty well now. I think after this mission, I'm going to go adjust the campaign settings again. I'm going to put the enemy squadrons back up to what they normally are supposed to be at. Let's get our landing gear down. Landing's coming up pretty quick. Flaps release. Let's throttle our back to 0. I'm not gonna. Oh, I wasn't gonna pitch the. I wasn't gonna trim the pitch too much, but then I saw my flaps were just about ready to be deployed, so now we will trim out our pitch. I need to get that engine back up. Let's get our mixture up to 80% because I ignored that for a bit too long. We started dropping speed too much. All right, we've got a beautiful clear runway here with all of this stuff sitting all over the place. I'll just imagine the runway is off to the left of that tower between those two dots. And we'll try to come in for a nice landing there. Let me get the aircraft trimmed nicely, although we've got a little bit of a crosswind that's buffeting us around a little inconsistently. Just a little bit more of a turn, then we'll start flaring, bring our vertical speed down. We're less than 1 meter per second. We need to actually get the aircraft down. We bounced. We bounced quite bad. Please, please, come on. It didn't help that I didn't have the throttle at idle. We're gonna we're gonna have eaten up a lot of our landing run here, so we should gotta be try to not do ground loops. A lot of things happening at once, or at least in quick succession while landing. But we had a pretty poor landing at the start there, but we recovered. All right, we'll finish the mission. It's another good mission under our belts tonight. We're doing really well. Next mission will probably go horribly. 3 aircraft, nice. Let's go back into the campaign generator, and I will this time remember to pop it up. There we go. We'll do combat report. I did not actually pop it up, sorry. Continue with claims. I will claim 3 kills, 3 Ju-87s. Submit a report. I think we're only going to get 2. I don't know why I'm just saying that. Start the debrief. Nah, I can't speak. And we're the only one, I'm the only one who brought anything down in this mission. All right, debrief completed. And it looks like we got 2 more pilots transferred in. Awesome. News from the front line. All right, so we're going to go into advanced configuration. What was it? Mission limits. Number access flights, let's put that back up to 3. Um, Number of missions credited, I'm going to put that up to 5 so that we're hopefully not doing 1 mission for every day in this campaign. We're going to want it to go a little faster so we can get to some of the later aircraft as they come around. We'll finish. I'm going to try to request leave. I'm going to just do 3 days. Fast forward time again. We lost a pilot. We lost another pilot. We lost 3 pilots while I was gone. All right. And we lost 3 aircraft. We got some medals. So let's take a look at our equipment. We've got 20 MiG 3s, 1, 2, 3. We got 13 MiG 3s. All right. Request a mission. They want us to attack a bridge. Well, I'm not keen on strapping the bombs to my aircraft. I'm going to ignore that and we'll look for another patrol. Weather report. Overcast at low altitude with rain. Cloud layer is at 1,400 meters. Man, that is pretty low. All right, let's look at this map. All right, so we're patrolling along the front lines. Let me go back to that briefing and let's get our mission details copied down. Went too far. Clouds at 14. And is 5 meters per second from 324. All right. Check the map. 324 should be about here. Try to zoom in and check our airfield. 324. This doesn't look too bad. That's going to be a really short takeoff run on that airfield. We'll go with waypoints. Waypoints are fine. And the pilots. We'll throw another guy in. We will accept the mission. Generating that mission file again. We'll go into the game. That should be the 22nd, low altitude patrol. And we'll go with our typical setup, the 2 BS guns, and our favorite skin. All right, I'm gonna open the canopy, make sure, okay, we've got a longer takeoff run than I expected. We are at 340, wind is from 324, so that means we've got a slight crosswind, but not too bad. It's raining, so I'm gonna close the canopy. I don't wanna get wet. And we're gonna release our flaps and adjust our trim again. Flaps to 50%-ish, and then pitch trimmer to the -20, which is actually pitched up. I'm gonna check our propeller mixture and our engine mixture. I'm gonna have at 80%. I'm gonna hit our brakes, and we're gonna throttle up. I should get my feet on the pedal properly. Left rudder to counteract the yaw we're gonna have on acceleration. Release the brakes. Oh, we can turn our landing lights on too. We hit 110 kilometers an hour. Try to get the nose down. And we've got some extra takeoff runs, so I'm just going to keep her on the ground for a bit until we're at about 200. She wants to take off her on her own at that point. Lift the landing gear up. And we can start retracting the flaps. Flaps are up. Let's turn off our lights. Our allies are taking off as well. and we'll start heading to the waypoints. I'm going to stay low in this mission just so we mix things up a little bit. It might end in me dying horribly, but we'll find out. This should be fun. So, okay, so they're going to have us fly straight, then turn right, climb, turn left, ingress to the AO. In this case, also, since we've got such heavy overcast, while flying high would be nice, the clouds are going to obscure any of the enemies we're trying to look for. And our goal is to patrol and stop enemy bombers, so we don't want to let them just have free reign below the clouds. I also got to get my radiator set up, so it's the same as usual, 50% for water, about 20% for oil. Get a slight crosswind off our left, so we'll use a bit of pedal. And then we got our next waypoint, so we'll bank towards that. So visibility is pretty not, well, it's not the worst, but it's not great. Not great, but not awful. We can keep an eye out for any enemy contacts, although we're gonna see them off our left at far at this point. We haven't turned back towards we haven't turned back towards enemy territory yet. We're gonna hit our waypoint and bank to the left. There we go. Do a gentle turn because we're in formation and I don't want to smack into anybody. Can not see anything from there. Actually, I can use my HOTAS. I've got a little mouse button on it. Use that to turn. I got to turn a bit harder. There's nobody to my left, so I should be good. Throttle down a bit because we lost our allies while turning like that, so we want to let them catch up. Auto level so I can take a quick drink. And it looks like we're going to be hitting some of this rougher weather. I'll time accelerate a bit so we can cross this distance to the AO. I'll put it back in auto level because your controls and oh, I'm dumb again. Sorry, I didn't have the window displaying. Sorry about that. There we go. It would have really sucked if we got through this whole thing and I didn't. I did a dogfight and we missed it. While we're on that, I'm gonna left control R. You'll see that in the upper right corner, a little movie camera appeared. That's me enabling TAC view recording for this mission. So we're gonna, any dogfights we're in, we're gonna record now. And we can review them. So hopefully we'll have good hunting, but knowing my luck, we won't have good hunting this mission. But we can have a dogfight. Hopefully we'll tangle with some BF-109 F2s that we can actually handle. And then we can look at the flight recording of that in a 3D space and see what went right, what went wrong. Let me. Uh, Looks like I can't time accelerate with these recordings on, so that's going to be a bit of a downer. Oh, but we got contacts over the left side. We'll use our IFF radar and we'll see that they are enemy aircraft. So we will break off and move to engage. We've got 4 of them, looks like. Straggler at the end, or is that a flak burst? I think it's a straggler. Okay, I thought it was a flak burst because it disappeared. I'm gonna probably instantly regret saying I hope that they're 109s because these are probably 109s and we're gonna be in a low altitude tangle with them. It's an MC-202, so the rest of them probably are. We're gonna move in and we're gonna try to tackle them. I'm gonna engine mixture back up to 80%. We got a crosswind, so I have to use the opposite pedal from what I'm expecting to try to stay coordinated. Let's issue some flight leader orders to attack the nearest air target. Now we can try to focus on taking out our one target here. The MC-202, I don't actually know a ton about how it performs compared to our aircraft. I assume it's a bit similar because they're very similar looking aircraft, but that can often be deceiving because it might be heavier or it might be lighter than our aircraft, but the MiG it should be a pretty light aircraft. Oh boy, almost got hit there. All right, oh shit, we're taking fire. Let's go for a guns defense and try to juke. This guy was on us, so we're gonna try to engage him. We're gonna put our engine into full boosted mode because we're gonna want to gain speed. We're pretty slow. Aircraft's handling a little funky, so I think we took a bad hit. Where did he go? Where did he go? Is he behind us? All right, he broke off. Let me inspect our aircraft. It doesn't look like we did take too bad of a hit, so it might just be the weather that's giving me some trouble. I'm going to turn off engine boost at the moment because we're not near anything and we're going to get back into this fight. This is some supremely foul weather to be trying to fly in. Oh, I've got a hole in my right. You've got a hole in your right wing. Thanks, War Thunder. But we don't have any engine damage and we're not leaking anything, so I think we're good for now. But we are going to have a bad time trying to actually engage anything, though. But let's try to run, instead of trying to like solely engage something, let's try to run interference. If we can maybe bait something onto us, we can hopefully do well. I only see 2 of our allies, so we're missing a third. The engine boost back on, and let's try to climb up with these guys. We're having a bit of a trouble trying to stay up because of that hit we took earlier. All right, let's try to get on this pilot. Hopefully he'll stay fixated. I'm not gonna cut this right, am I? Maybe, actually. I didn't arm my guns. Damn it. I am really failing on this mission. So we had a good shot we could have taken, and these MC-202s are rather fragile. Come on. Give me a gunshot. Ah, we hit him and he lit up. Perfect. That is a good shot. We'll leave him alone. I doubt there's anything he can do about that fire. This guy is pretty high up. Let's get our throttle back to full. I was forgetting to throw that back up. Try to save our ally from this last aircraft, or from this other aircraft. There's still one more. It looks like they're going to try to double team him, so I'll go for the one that's right in front of me. Try to get a guns solution. Ah, we hit him! Nice, that was a pretty snapshot. I don't know if he's going down, but I'm going to try to come around. I gotta be really careful because that right wing really wants to stall now that it's got a bunch of holes in it. Looks like we got him. I just saw him splash there. Pilot jumped out. All right, now we just got to get the last one. And he's turning. He's giving me a perfect setup. Oh, but I'm not going to be able to pull hard enough to follow him through this turn. Oh God, pull carefully, carefully, carefully. I'm really not in a condition for these low altitude turn fights. I'm going to be a bit conservative with my engine. I'm going to turn off boost. I don't see where our other allies went. Okay, we've got still both of them here. I don't see them draining any, or I don't see them losing anything or leaking anything. Sorry. Since I can't really turn with this 202 too safely at these altitudes, because I'm afraid I'm going to get thrown into a spin, and at these altitudes they're really hard to recover from. Instead, I'm just going to try to go for some quick passes, maybe some high angle shots. We hit him in the wing. That's not too bad. I'm going to brake the other direction because he's fixated on that target, so he should leave me alone. I'm trying to spend some extra time focusing on that coordination indicator to make sure I'm not about to throw myself into an accelerated stall, which seems like in this case with the aircraft is gonna cause me to spin. Oh, he's coming straight at us, and I did not have a good gun solution on him. I don't think he's leaking anything. That's just a black trail from his boosted mode. So we'll just keep up turning with these guys and trying to do passes. We might chip away at that MC-202 as we go. He's coming straight at us. He's turning off. I'm going to go high, try to make sure I stay clear of that ally who's below me. Oh, he's turning into me. I'm a little more comfortable turning to the left because the left wing, or rather the wing on the inside of the turn is more likely to stall first if you have an accelerated stall. And putting the right wing means that the aircraft's going to stall a bit sooner than I expect with all the holes it has in it. But I'm gonna roll a bit. I'm gonna dive down. He spoiled this already, so it's not gonna let me get on his tail. We'll just keep turning then. Try to come around for any kind of solution we can, but he's going pretty slow and he's turning pretty well compared to us. Let's try turning the other way, although I really don't want to. Pulling up a bit too much. Holy shit, we almost hit that guy. These AI pilots are really awful at looking where they're going. All right, let's try to set up for a high lead angle shot. Just try to hit him in the passing. I don't think we hit him, but we've got the recording, so we'll see later. It looked like we could have hit him. And with all three of us, we can't take out this one aircraft. Let's check the map real quick for some situational awareness. It's coming into our right, and I don't want to pull too hard that direction. What the heck are you guys doing? Why aren't you killing them already? Let's try to issue flight leader orders again. Back nearest air target. I think that guy was just formed up on us. See if this changes anything. He's gonna zoom past us again. Come on, guys, you got two of them. Why can't you take them out? Hey, somebody finally got him. All right, let's go get us a return to the base. I'm pretty much pointing in the right direction already. The engine mixture back down to 50%. Base was a lot closer on the map than I was expecting. It's a little bit off to our left. Where is it? We're not seeing it yet. Should be somewhere around here. Oh, there we go. Just barely see those hangars behind the trees. All right, now that I know where it is, start planning for a landing. Get the canopy open again. Throttle back. Get the mixture back up so I can get good power if I need to do a go around. Excuse me. Let's get the landing gear dropped. And I'll start dropping the flaps. Probably a bit early for this, but I'd kind of rather do it early than later. Right, flap limiters down. Try to trim our aircraft as best as we can, but it really wants to roll to the right. I'm using this much left stick to keep her from rolling over. And I think we're going to want to come in a bit faster for this landing because that right wing is going to stall sooner than I expect, sooner than the published aircraft values. All right, we can see the quote unquote runway. Allies, what are you doing? Well, let's try to flight leader orders, uh, orders, return to base. Hopefully that will cause them to wave off and leave me alone. And I was hoping that they wouldn't dive in front of me, but I guess they will. We're coming in a bit fast, so I'm going to throttle back just a smidge. Actually, I can kind of feel it as we get lower and lower in speed. Feel that right wing wanting to drop out from under me. I'm going to keep the speed where it is. This is going to be a bit of a harrowing landing. All right, we're going to now start dropping the throttle. Try to gently pitch back for a flare. We're going to bounce. Oh, God. We bounced pretty bad. All right, yeah, we did. We did a pretty bad landing there. But we're on the ground. We got some holes around our cockpit. And we're still alive. So that's a win, right? Grab me a screenshot of that, and I'll finish this mission. Flight record size limit exceeded. Recording stopped. Okay, I think that is attack view warning. So I might have lost some of that mission, but I think we probably recorded most of it. I'll remember to only initiate it before the end or before we get to an encounter. All right, so this time I got to remember, switch to display capture. You should be seeing it now. Combat report again. Continue with claims. I got 2 MC202s. Thank you very much. Submit the report. And start the deep. Oh, I hit finish it. MC202 is brought down by Sergeant Boris. MC202, Sergeant Gleb, and then 2 by me. That's pretty good. Boris was probably the guy who went missing because he flew off with one of the 202s, I assume, and proceeded to dogfight it. Notice of incapacitation of airmen. So Boris Ernest will not be available. All right. Notifications of victory for us. Sounds good. Uh, he lost his aircraft, so he probably bailed out. All right, and we had 3 good missions. Playing these and streaming can be pretty taxing, so I'm gonna call it here. I'll see if we have somebody we can raid. I'm gonna turn off this display capture so you can't see my screen as I proceed to forget to actually transition it. Let me check on someone. Actually, I don't think we have anybody in chat. Yeah, we'll throw a raid to Aardvark just in case there is anybody who wants to go raid with him or raid his channel. We'll start that right now. So thanks everybody for watching. We had a great set of runs here, and I'll see you on the weekend with more IL2.